my goodness. Welcome, everybody, to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero. Oh, what a night. Late December back in 23. See what I did there? The song's 63, but I did 23, and it's late December. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Speaking of Jersey boys, we will have a Jersey boy on the show today, Jeff Parles. So there you go. That worked out perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Frank Nicotero, lifelong sports fan, longtime comedian. I did it backwards. My own little catchphrase. There you go. It's the holidays. It's the holidays. Thank you, Ann. We have a great show for you guys today. We are going to douse you with more information and comedy than doused upon the Duke and West Virginia head coaches. Did you see this yesterday? We had the Mayo Bowl and eggnog. Oh, says Ann, our director. Ryan, what would have you rather been dosed with, eggnog or mayo?
Well, the eggnog seemed a little more...
It's thinner.
Yeah.
So, it's thinner.
Yeah, the mayo is definitely chunkier.
You would nog it? Yeah, the mayo. I mean, you and I have both eaten mayo on this show, which Ann loves.
That we have.
All the eating stuff we do on the show. But I think I think these bowls, because they've lost any importance really anymore to anything. So, really, it's kind of fun that they do this.
Yep.
And, that was Duke's Mayo. Duke, I don't know the name of the coach. Who cares?
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Duke's
Mayo Bowl. That's right. It was
go.
WVU coach Neil Brown. He got dosed with mayo and then eggnog on, what's his name?
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. I almost said Lincoln Kennedy. Lincoln Kennedy was a defensive tackle for the Seahawks back in the 80s, if there's any Seahawk fans watching.
All right.
WVU beat UNC, though. That's your beloved Tar Heels.
Yes, they did.
Were you watching the game?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working on some stuff and watching the game, but I had West Virginia money, so.
You had West Virginia money? Nice.
Yeah,
You bet against your own team.
Yeah.
No, I say you were working on stuff. What were you working on? This is your life, this whole show.
This show.
You were working on this
I was working
program.
on stuff for this show, yeah.
Okay, as long as it was involved with the show. Because if you're moonlighting, and what happens if you moonlight? Fired. I guess I moonlight at times. So anyway, tonight's bowl game, this is the one we've been waiting to see, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Pop-Tart Bowl. First ever Pop-Tart Bowl. North Carolina State versus Kansas State. I think it's in Orlando, Florida. Pretty sure. And if you saw my Twitter last night, and if you haven't subscribed to @Frank Nicotero, come on, be one of the 2,400 people that have. I had a link to the Pop-Tart site, and they have prop bets, and they're geniuses at Pop-Tarts. They have something called the Prop-Tarts. And if you just give them your email address, you just go to prop and then -tarts.com, and there's 5 prop bets, which we're going to do later on in the show live. We'll do it live. I already did mine, but Ryan's going to do some, and Jeff Parles wants to play along too. And it's the Pop-Tart Bowl. I think you can eat the mascot after the game. It's an edible mascot. And that's one of the props. You can predict who will eat it. The MVP of the game, another player, or the head coach of the winning team. So it's going to be fun. By the way, here's some Pop-Tarts right here, ladies and gentlemen. So I got some Pop-Tarts. Right here, I got strawberry and blueberry. Now, these are frosted. And I am not a frosted guy, but they were 2 for $7 at Albertsons, so here you go. The reason I point this out, tomorrow on this show, I will eat a Pop-Tart. And you're like, Frank, what's the big deal? We've seen you eat mayo. We've seen you do all sorts of, we've saw you eat a banana whole with the peel. I have not had a Pop-Tart in 13,353 days. And you're wondering, Ryan, how the hell do I know that?
Yeah, when was the last day?
I will tell you tomorrow. This is what's called a tease in the business. Tomorrow you will watch me eat from this package of strawberry Pop-Tart for the first time in over 13,000 days.
You've had that box for 13,000 days?
Well, it's, believe it or not, the expiration is July 60. So they're good till 2060. So, yeah, I will be eating a Pop-Tart. And if I waited another 13,353 days to eat a Pop-Tart, that would be April 7th, 2060. I'll be 91, and we'll be on episode like 12. We're still going to be together, right?
Of course.
I'll be 90. I'll be doing this.
Nice. Chris
will still be back there running the numbers. Ryan will be, you'll be like a reasonable age. And 37, what is that? Less than 37. Yeah, you'll be like my age now.
I'll be 59.
All right, Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, Pop-Tarts are coming, ladies and gentlemen. So the Pop-Tart Bowl tonight, we're very excited to watch. I'm going to watch that game. I know there's a Monday Night Football game or Thursday Night Football, but screw it. On the show today, Jeff Parles will be along to get you ready with all the information you're going to need for the TNF matchup. It's Thursday Night Football, for those of you who don't understand. Between his New York Jets, his beloved New York Jets, who have had just a soap opera of a season, and the Cleveland Browns looking to lock up a playoff spot. And then at 3:40 today, I will be somewhere in the hotel doing a live hit on Sports by the Book. And we have a theme song for my live hits now. Here it is. Where in the casino is Frank Nicotero? Was that a fake laugh, Ann? Yes. Oh, damn it. Speaking of Parles, just walking in, we were talking about the Jets. We're talking about the Prop-Tarts. He will be along very shortly. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. Okay. So today is December 28th, 2023, National Call a Friend Day. And I believe, Ryan, maybe you'll call your friend, Daniel Bellinger, who plays in the NFL. You could call him, right?
Sure.
No, is he busy? Oh.
Hey, Mom.
Is he in a meeting?
Daniel?
All right. And he is going to be on in January. Ryan has assured me that in 2024, Daniel Bellinger will be on. The leading receiver for the Giants last week will be here. So it's National Call a Friend Day. Should I call a friend right now, see if someone will answer? What are the odds someone's watching the show at the same time? All right, we're going to call someone. We're calling them live. This could be a mistake. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to try our frequent co-host, who will be back to come co-host some shows for spring training baseball, we're hoping. It's World Series champ Denny Nagel. Let's see if he answers. Probably saw it's me. If it goes to voicemail, I have failed on National Call a Friend Day.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record
It's not even his out. It's not even his voice. It's my friend. Hey, Denny, it's National Call a Friend Day. We're live on Sports by the Book. Oh, no, we're live. I was looking at the monitor. This is why I need a prompter. We're live on Punchlines, you know, the show you co-hosted. Anyway, it's a National Call a Friend, but you sent me to voicemail. Thanks. Okay, that's National Call a Friend Day.
Let's hope he calls you back in show.
Let's see if he calls back in show. That's right. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to turn the ringer on, which I think it's Huey Lewis or Boston. I'm not really sure, but I was going to try Frank Murgy. Not sure if he's out there. Oh, I could have called Lucky Man. See, Lucky Man, I could have called him. I don't have your number. Don't send it. It's illegal to send it over live chat, I've been told. All right. Anyway, it's National Call a Friend Day. It's also National Card Playing Day and National Eat Some Chocolate. So I was going to do all three. Call a friend, eat some chocolate, and play some cards. Here we go. Chocolate balls, playing cards. Okay, there we go.
That's going to be fun to clean up later.
Now I have chocolate in my mouth. This is not a good idea. No, they're not even playing cards. They're trivia cards.
That's a game of cards.
They're 90s trivia, Ryan. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, try me.
What Bruce Willis film is about a boy who sees dead people? Schindler's List, Something Wild, or The Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Of course it is. Nice job. Thanks. The writers of this put Schindler's List as a possibility. They couldn't think of any other movie where a little boy sees dead people. They lead with Schindler's List. That seems in horrible taste. Who designed this game? I know. I don't know what this trivia game is, but I don't have any playing cards. National Eat Chocolate Day, discuss.
Oh, my goodness.
It's from the Starbucks here at South Point. It's open 24/7. One of the many draws to the South Point. Come down. You can get Starbucks at any time. All right. End scene. Okay, here we go. Today is episode 56, Ryan, of our little show that keeps growing. Thanks to you guys. We're up to... That 982?
932.
932. All right.
Get us up to 982 during this show. That would be great.
It would be. If we could get 50 more subscribers, I will call you. If you get 5 friends to subscribe, I will call you live on the air. All right. So why do I feel like someone's going to do that? See, Frank Murgy's there with this. I should have called him. You guys, call Denny Nagel. He's been on the show. Frank Murgy's been on the show. You said call Frank Murgy. All right. You want to call? Should we call? We'll call him later. Frank, stand by. Anyway, it's show 56, and if you're me, you, anyone, Jeff, Ryan, when you think 56, you think LT, right? You think Lawrence Taylor. So you can't be upset about the Tar Heels losing yesterday, but I have a feeling your collage will have them. Jackie Marfugi Caprio, who was on the show, she wore an LT jersey. We're going to have Jackie back. She's a big fan. Let's see what we have. Lawrence Taylor. How can you go wrong? Oh, God. Chris Dolman, linebacker Chris Dolman. Now, I remember him from the Minnesota Vikings. There you go. And I believe Chris Dolman went to the University of Pittsburgh, Jerry. That's right. There's one Pittsburgh. Pretty sure Dolman went to Pittsburgh. But anyway, he was great for the Vikings. Who else do you have on there? Pat
Swilling.
Oh, Pat Swilling, another football player. Yeah. Where is his picture? Oh, there he is. Yeah, another great
Saints,
defender.
yep.
Mark Burley. Okay, Mark Burley. He won a handful of Gold Gloves, but also one of the best plays on opening day ever in baseball history, where, if you can pull it up, Mark Burley field and grounder on opening day. It's a little comebacker to the mound, and he throws it to first base. It was opening day. Mark Burley's best defensive play. The guy won a handful of Gold Gloves. He also pitched a no-hitter or a perfect game, Mark Burley. He was great, and I think he won a ring when they won the World Series, and they beat the Astros in like 2006, I think, something like that. Do you have it, or we're waiting? We'll wait. It's no big deal. If you can get it, no big deal.
Kick.
Here it is. There it is right there. Watch that. Between the legs. That was on opening day. He was in, look at that. He was up 4-0, pitching a shutout. He was great, man. He was unbelievable in his heyday. Between the legs. Who else do you have on there? Let's see. Fernando Rodney, and you have him in the position, slinging the arrow. A baseball pitcher. He's pitched for about 10 teams. He's good for Immaculate Grid, which I think Jeff Parles plays.
So it's 11 teams.
And you do. What's that?
He's played for 11 teams.
He's played for 11 teams?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Mike Morgan's always good to put on there. Doyle Alexander always seems to be an answer. There's a handful of guys. Randy Rosarina. There you go. Oh, and you got him doing the pose. Ryan, you do such a good job. This is what you were doing during the UNC game, wasn't it? This is the work. Yeah, he does that pose for the Tampa Bay D-Rays. He was a Cardinal, and they cast him away. They cut him. And St. Louis doesn't usually make mistakes like that.
Yep.
But boy, they let him go, and he's obviously proven his worth in the postseason for Tampa Bay. And then, of course, our daily final name is a hockey player I've never heard of, but I see he's got a Golden Knights uniform. Why don't you tell us who that number 56 is?
Eric Haula, original member of the Golden Knights.
There you go.
Only played 1 year with the Knights. He's been a journeyman his whole career in the NHL. He's with the Devils now. But he actually, I met him at my first job when I was 18 at Capriotti's. He came in for a sandwich one time, so that was cool.
Oh, I made a homemade Capriotti's after Christmas, by the way. Did not turn out as well, but it was the effort. It was pretty good, and I noticed it's hard to make. It's not easy. So Capriotti's, I love you. Why is there a little South Point hat there? That's great. Is that new?
No, I've had it. It's kind of moved around the graphics.
Oh, how cool is that? You got a little South Point baseball hat there. Is it a baseball hat?
No. No, it's just a little rectangle with the logo.
Could we bring the monitor closer to me? That looks like a rounded baseball hat. Jeff Parles, does that not look like a rounded baseball hat?
That's your dog.
Above the word athlete.
No, I see it. It's not a hat.
Yeah, and Rodney's.
It's just a little. It's whatever shape Ryan wants it to be.
Yeah.
See, he's getting out of the chair, folks. We're gonna give you a play-by-play. Frank is walking up to the monitor.
Yeah,
it's not.
It doesn't mean it's a hat.
If anything, it looks like you put it in the middle of Space Mountain. In all honesty,
I swear to God, that looks like a hat. All right. Anyway, Pat Swilling, another good one. We've made this a new thing, Jeff, where he makes the collage without me knowing, and then I try to see if I can spit out facts about everyone on there.
It's pretty good.
And I've been pretty good. I've been on fire this week. This is a new little fun thing for me. Keeps me on my toes, but there's always one hockey player I don't know. Jeff Parles is here, by the way. I guess we're seeing him. We've heard him. There he is. Jeff is here early today because we asked him to come early, and we got some fun stuff to do with him.
Well, first off, Frank, I got to say this. You are off to a hell of a start.
Yes.
Today. I mean, this show is off to as good of a start as I can remember it being off to today.
Is that sarcasm I smell, or is he being serious?
A little bit of both.
Okay, it's a little bit of both. I'll take that. I will take sarcasm.
A little bit of both, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Anytime I get to see you eat food on the air and then nearly choke on your drink, that's all-time good.
You know,
good
when I wrote it last night, I'm like, I'll eat, I'll make a call, I'll play cards.
The call was great.
Right.
I wish Nagel had picked up.
I know. He'll maybe call, but I should have thought that eating chocolate would not be smart.
Reno Paul said you could have called him too.
Paul. I should have called Reno Paul. Sorry, Paul. No, you know why? I'm a little mad at Paul because he's gloating about the Dodgers and all their free agent signings. So look at Ryan lost his smile real fast.
Yeah, no, you don't deserve a call.
Yeah, he sent me this video that played to the Empire Strikes Back theme, like the Evil Empire.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
Right?
That's
you're okay with that. And it shows every player that's in this video, not a Dodger originally, made me mad, right? It's Ohtani, it's Mookie, it's Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy was an A's, I believe. And then Will Smith, I think, is homegrown. I think Will Smith is homegrown. And Walker Buehler. Everyone else, they bought it. All right. Enough anger. Should we open up Frank's Fast Facts?
Fast takes.
Fast takes.
begin.
The reason I said that is because I was thinking in the new year we would change it. Maybe a new graphic, we would go to Frank's Fast Facts. That way it's an alliteration. It's 3 Fs. Frank's Fast Facts. Instead of takes. Seems like everyone does takes.
I like that. I'm in on Triple F.
Okay, Triple F. Yeah, I think we'll go Triple F. It's also my wrestling name, so I think we should do that. So, that's all. Who do I contact in graphics about that?
Us back here.
Okay.
What about Frank's Fast Fact or Fiction?
Oh, my God. And then we could do a fake story every... Jeff's giving us Christmas presents after Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
I like that. A fake
tease.
news, a fake story. All right. There's a lot of bowl games. We're going to get to Jeff in a minute. We want to talk about the parlay cards here. This parlay card in particular, it says $25,000 guaranteed college bowl jackpot parlay card. So on this, that has to be turned in by what time tomorrow?
9 a.m. tomorrow
Before
morning.
9 a.m. tomorrow, December 29th. So on this, ladies and gentlemen, you're just picking the winners of the bowl games, not even against the points.
Right.
It's $5. And someone will win at least $25,000 the way Ryan explained this to me. Explain again, please.
So $25,000 guaranteed. If the casinos surpass the $25,000, all that extra money will get pulled in along with it. And so you could win 30, whatever. And then if there's a tie, like people have the same amount of winners,
right,
then that money is divided evenly between the winners.
It's unbelievable. And then the last two are that you got to go over-under on the Texas-Washington and over-under on Alabama-Michigan as well.
So you pick the winners in that game, then you pick the totals.
Pick the winners and the totals in the championship to get the 2 champion quarterfinals,
the playoff games,
semifinals, playoffs, whatever.
I know what Frank's card's going to have.
What's
Two overs.
2 overs.
2 overs.
Yep, 2 overs. It'll be 2 overs, and then, well, I don't want to tell you guys. But anyway, come down and do the parlay cards. We also have NFL parlay cards. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So even if you don't know a lot about football, you can just go do this, and you can root for, you might win. There you go. So come get a parlay card, $5. Get this one in by tomorrow, though. So thank you, Chris Andrews.
No limits on the amount of cards you can fill out.
And yeah, thank you, Ryan, for pointing that out. No limit. If you got $20 on you, fill out 4 different ones.
You got $500. You can fill out 100 of them.
We're doing math now, live on TV.
Impressive math.
That was good math.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
That was good math. On this day in sports, now that we've opened up Frank's Fast Takes, which coming in 2024, Jerry, can we do a new graphic on that maybe? And for 2024, freshen it up, Frank's Fast Facts or Fiction? God, I like that a lot.
Frank's Fresh Fast Facts.
Right.
See, I'm just every F word possible except for the one that Jerry.
That Jerry.
Yeah.
He'll never live it down. By the way, 10 minutes into the show yesterday, I'm up here doing my comedy gold. Jerry just walks out.
He's a busy man.
I know he is. I know.
Busy man.
This show isn't all that Jerry does at the hotel.
Look, Jerry. As we've said, our crew is fabulous.
Multi-talented.
Jerry's the support employee of the year. Is that correct?
He did win an award. Yeah,
for
he
last
did.
year.
He's Devil Heart. Do we have the wide shot of Jerry? Can we do the long?
Do we have the picture of Jerry downstairs? Ann has it on her phone.
There's Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
We have to get that at some point.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Hey, Jerry looks great.
Oh, you mean in the place I only discovered a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
where I can eat? All right. Okay. On this day in sports, Ryan sent this to me last night. 1958. On this day in 1958, the greatest game ever played, what a lot of people call it. There were 17 Hall of Famers in this game. It was the 58 NFL championship game. Played at Yankee Stadium in New York. The Baltimore Colts, won 23. So they're probably thinking about trying to run out the clock already.
That was
right?
a bad face mask.
Yeah, that was a really bad face mask.
Did they call it at least?
Yeah, there's a yellow flag. By the way, Kevin Belenkoff sent some winners to me. Boston College. I woke up, already cashed a ticket. Boston College, 14-point underdogs, 13.5-point underdogs, won outright, 23-14 in that bowl game they played.
They had
in.
a home field advantage. The Fenway Park.
Oh, it was the Fenway.
Advantage,
That's right. Yeah, that's Boston. That is kind of the backyard game.
It's ridiculous though. That was another one. This has kind of been a bowl theme so far this year. Even though this one kind of looks like the steam's going to be right.
Well, North Carolina yesterday too, right? Weren't they playing in North Carolina?
Yeah,
Well,
it was
no,
in
did-
Charlotte.
did-
It was in the
Charlotte,
Panthers.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, North Carolina also had half their roster and
Yeah,
didn't
right.
have the guy that matters in Drake
Well,
May.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But the steam, I mean, everyone bet
Lost.
SMU this morning all the way up to 13 and they lose outright.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kevin
Everyone
Belenkoff.
bet UNLV on Tuesday and they didn't cover anything but one number.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the Dodgers will be in primetime, Paul, whatever. Yeah. All right, anyway, that was the greatest college football game ever. How about this? Raymond Berry, who I remember later becoming NFL head coach, 12 receptions for 178 yards and a touchdown. That 12 receptions set a championship record that stood for 55 years until it was broken by Denver Broncos wide receiver and an absolute fantasy monster. That was the last year. Demaryius Thomas, who was unbelievable. That when Manning was throwing, I think he threw 55 touchdowns that year.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I mean, that was the 55 touchdowns. It was like playing a video game. Also, this is a big, if you're a football fan and you wonder when this started or where it came from, the first Hail Mary, we're going to go ahead and call it 1975. It's Keenum play, Minnesota Miracle, whatever the hell they call that.
Oh, the Minnesota Miracle?
Kind of.
Minneapolis Miracle.
Well, the Minnesota Miracle is more of a defense. It was more of a
blunder.
defensive flub more
really
than anything.
Anyway, so quarterback Roger Staubach said about this game-winning touchdown pass to wide receiver Drew Pearson, I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary, and the press ran with it. So there you go. That was 1975. So 48 years ago, we're going to go ahead and say that's where the origin of the Hail Mary. Roger Staubach, who actually became more successful after football, I think the guy's worth like $200 or $300 million, became a really successful businessman.
We have Jerry's Employee of the Year.
We have Jerry's Employee of the Year photo. Let's see it. Here we go.
Want to break free.
Look how happy. He was so happy he just belted out some Freddie Mercury. Now, wait a second. This seems wrong that you're saying you want to break free. Like you want to break free of being the Employee of the Year.
No, he's stuck in the photo. That's what he's breaking free
He wants to break free from the photo.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Who made that? That was tremendous. Excellent job. Ryan, say you made it just
what
now.
a voice, though.
Yeah, I didn't know you could. You should be in a Queen tribute band. I'm telling you, if you're not, do you follow Jerry on TikTok or any of the social media?
Well, first off, our man here,
yeah,
the dedication. By the way, might as well be punchlines with Jerry Trevino.
Sure, why not?
Instead of Frank Nicotero.
That's fine
today. But our guy dressing up like the Grinch and then putting it on with it.
Absolutely,
that was on
musically. I mean, what a job.
But
what
also,
a job by our
he
guy
dresses up a lot and plays guitar. I mean, there's one. What's it called? Role playing or cosplay or LARPing.
It's not LARPing.
It's not LARPing?
No.
What's LARPing?
LARPing's the fake medieval fighting.
Oh, okay. Anyway, he does Sonic the Hedgehog. He was there was a princess of some sort. Follow Jerry Trevino on TikTok. It's very highly entertaining, and the man can shred on the axe, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What's that?
I love you. You can talk about Pittsburgh today.
I'm allowed to talk
Permission
about
to talk about
Chris
Pittsburgh.
Dolman, who I believe went to Pitt. I'm waiting for Frank Murgy to let me know. Let's ride. Okay. Here we go. Someone's talking about Russell Wilson. He will not be a Steeler next year. Don't even bring that up. On this date in 2008, this is when the regular season ended. Between Christmas and New Year's, the Detroit Lions finished 0-16. I remember this well. The first team since the schedule was expanded to 16 games. It's one of only 4 winless seasons since the merger. The fans, there they go. They got the paper bag, which I think started in New Orleans, right? The Aints. When I was a kid, instead of the Saints, they'd wear the Aints. But 0-16, we have the box score. Who did they lose to? Green Bay.
Sucks.
I know. Every time you say Green Bay, you know he has
Sucks.
to say Green Bay sucks.
That was early career stage Aaron Rodgers, that game.
Oh, wow. Good point. Other winless team. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, that was an expansion team. They were 0-14. Their head coach, John McKay, when asked in a postgame, how do you feel about your team's execution? And he said, I'm all for it. Which is one of the greatest lines in football
line
history.
of all time.
He coached at USC as well. But how do you feel about your team's execution? I'm all for it. You've heard that a million times.
I have, but it's still
it's
great.
funny every time.
It's still awesome.
I'm all for it. The 82 Baltimore Colts. Oh, that was the strike season, right? 08-1?
Yes.
There you go. Which, by the way, 1982, the MVP of the league, a place kicker, Mark Mosley, every time we talk about it. And Cleveland, 0-16. And
well, that Cleveland run, that was the run where Cleveland legitimately 2 seasons went 1-31.
Who, was it Hugh Jackson?
It was Hugh Jackson, who survived, amazingly, the 1-31, and then, of course, got fired midway through the following season.
The fact he hung on to his job as long, and in the same division, Marvin Lewis hung on to his job at the Bengals way too long.
Well, I mean, Marvin Lewis at least got to the playoffs.
He got to the playoffs
so often.
But boy, did they hate him in Cincinnati.
He's not. He was not the greatest of coaches.
All right, let's go to celebrity birthdays. This one, Stan Lee. Now, Stan Lee would have been 100. It's his 101st birthday. His sports connection to Stan Lee. We always have a sports connection. Absolutely none. Nerds. Ryan, were you a Stan Lee comic book guy?
I'm more DC than Marvel, but
Oh, Ryan and I finally have something in common. I was a Spider-Man or a Superman and Batman guy. I was I was DC Comics too. My buddy Bob Del Pizzo, who may or may not be watching, he loved Marvel. And I saw someday they're going to make movies and the DC movies will be way better.
yeah,
No,
they
they
failed
No,
that.
they're not better at all.
Yeah, they failed that.
Quick
miserably.
Stan Lee story. I went to the bank in Beverly Hills, a Bank of America, to deposit a check. I say Beverly Hills like I live there. I didn't. I just happened to be in the region picking it up from an agency. So I walk in and there's Stan Lee cashing what I would assume is a much larger check than mine. And he's in front of me at the line. You know, you're in the stanchions there. And I just went, oh my God. I said, hi, Mr. Lee. Nice to meet you. And he goes, what's your name? And I said, Frank. He goes, nice to meet you, Frank. Like really loudly, right? I'm like, my God, this is Stan Lee. So he's leaving the bank. I'm up at the window and he was ahead of me. And as he's leaving, he gets to the front door and goes, Frank, nice meeting you. Like to the whole bank. And everyone's like, holy crap, does this guy know Stan Lee? I'm like, no. How great was that? I mean, he was just this. And by the way, anyone who's met Stan Lee will tell you the same thing. He was just this great guy, but he took the time to like shake my hand vigorously and say, Frank, nice to meet you. And then say goodbye to me at the bank as they told me I had insufficient balance when I was at the window. But
did
anyway,
that put Marvel above DC for you?
yeah, in a way it did. I mean, yeah. I mean, the movies are way better. I mean, this Aquaman looks like a joke. These Aquaman, I tried to watch the first Aquaman. It's a video game. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once they got out of the Avengers, it's all gone to.
Well, Aquaman's DC.
That's DC. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, all superhero movies since the Avengers. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, since the last Avengers have not been the greatest.
They really haven't. I mean, even the Superman movies, which, I mean, give me Christopher Reeve any day. All right. So anyway, Denzel Washington. Happy birthday, Denzel Washington, who does have a sports connection. Denzel is 69.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. And we're all 12 here. Nice. Nice is the best reaction. Denzel, of course, was at Coach Boone, I think, and Remember the Titans. And when we did our favorite sports movies, if I'm not mistaken, you had that as one of your movies.
Yes. Remember the Titans and Moneyball and...
I'm not going to argue with Moneyball. Moneyball, outstanding movie. I've seen it probably 6 times.
It's actually pretty funny. I actually watched Remember the Titans yesterday.
Are you kidding? You knew it was Denzel's birthday?
No, I had no idea. Look, on my off days, watching movies is the least destructive behavior I can come up with, basically.
Right.
But I watched it. Still a good watch. I have one point of contention though.
Okay.
Is the play that they ran to win the championship?
Right.
Is a 75-yard quarterback option with 20 seconds left in the game. If we're gonna dramatize stuff, let's make it somewhat realistic on the dramatizing of how they scored that last touchdown.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, make it real. I agree with you. I only saw that movie for the first time recently. I liked it. Didn't think it was one of the best. I could think of maybe 5 football movies better. But it was good.
You're a big Paul Crew guy, I'm assuming, right?
The Longest Yard. We were talking about who was talking about The Longest Yard? Sean Salisbury, because he trained Adam Sandler to look like a quarterback. And when they called him and said, "We want you to train an actor to be, the quarterback," he goes, "Who's playing Paul Crew?" Which was Burt Reynolds' role. They go Adam Sandler, and he hung up, like he laughed and hung up or something. Sean said, "Yeah, but he was real."
Who's that? And Benchwarmers.
And Sean's been in a couple of Sandler movies. Denzel, one of the greatest actors, and Ryan emailed me last night and said that he wanted to do his Denzel Washington impression for everyone.
I don't know.
Yeah, so come on, you can do it.
I have one.
All right, I'll do it for you. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Okay, all right, okay. I'm King Kong. Okay, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Man of 1,000 voices. I've done so much acting today. Ryan's in the live chat room.
I was responding to
Nolan's Batman and Pattinson's the Batman, better than any Marvel movie. Well, you know what? That's, Minidar. I forgot that the Batman movies, the Christopher Nolan ones, that's true.
Yeah, that trilogy.
Yeah, the worst Batman, the one filmed in Pittsburgh, where Hines Ward returns a kickoff.
Where Hines Field
oh my
collapses.
God. And Bane, who just, the whole movie. It's like, what? I watched that movie. You need subtitles.
Doc.
What?
You merely adopted the doc. I was born in it.
Oh, wait, come on. Really sell it, Ryan. Come on, I want to see it.
You merely adopted the doc. I was born in it.
I remember him giggling as he did it. All right, the next birthday, I'm going to let Ryan take this one. Ray Bork, go ahead. Do your hockey stuff.
My goodness,
there he is, Ray Bork. And by the way, I actually know who Ray Bork is. I mean, go ahead. So you want to talk about him? 63 today?
Yeah, well, he's NHL top 100 player.
Yeah.
won a Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche in the early 2000s. 5-time Norris Trophy winner, 19-time All-Star. So definitely deserving of the top 100.
Yeah, I remember. Well, Phil. He's no relation to Phil Bork, right? I don't know. Phil Bork played for the Penguins, won a couple cups, and I got to try to get him on the show. He's a color guy for the Penguins still, and that's the reason I held the Stanley Cup was because of Phil Bork. Phil Bork brought it to a softball game. And then we have time. Adam Vinatieri, place kicker, turns 51. He's an Italian. Vinny! Italian football player alert. Adam Vinatieri, one of the best kickers of all time. That right there, that started the Tom Brady era right there, right? He hit the game winner. They thought, by the way, how much time was left when New England got the ball? They thought they were going to run the ball and play for overtime after Kurt Warner threw that bomb to Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt. I can't remember. One of those two. And instead, they drove it down. Brady sets him up, and Vinatieri, probably the best clutch kicker of all time.
Well, he's the NFL all-time leading scorer.
Is he really? Did he get the? Okay, I couldn't remember that. Yeah, so 24 seasons for the Patriots and Colts. I remember towards the end, he missed a couple gimmies with the Colts, and it was kind of sad to see. But
yeah, his longest kick was only 57, and now kickers now are doing that in their
his
sleep.
career long is 57 yards. Well, he was more about the accuracy, wasn't he? But wow, that's hard to believe.
All right.
He hit the one in the blizzard.
Frank, I'm looking at the top 20 all-time point scorers. Vinatieri is number 1. Can you name number 2 and number 3?
Is Gary Anderson up there?
He's number 3. Very
Okay.
good.
And maybe Morton Anderson?
Morton Anderson's number 2.
Oh, wow. Nailed it. That's live. Dan, live I did that.
Look at that.
I knew Gary Anderson. I wasn't sure about Morton Anderson, who's in the Hall of Fame, and Gary Anderson is not. So how do you put one kicker?
Well, Morton is 110 points better than Gary.
That's like one season, right?
It's
You know what the knock
Depends.
against Gary Anderson is? The missed field goal,
46.
Minnesota versus Atlanta.
yes, and Morton made the kick.
Yeah,
At
right.
the end of the game.
So Minnesota that year, I can't remember.
15-1.
Yeah, they're 15.
1998.
That was 1998. Okay,
Yeah.
so Gary Anderson, and they jinxed him. The announcers jinxed him. He hadn't missed a kick all year. He was like 33 of 33. He hasn't missed a kick all year. He's going to ice the game. Misses it. Falcons come back. Then they play in the Super Bowl and lose to Denver. Right? Yeah, that's to Elway.
That was Elway's last season.
Chris Chandler, I think, was the quarterback
Yes.
for Arizona, and they had the Dirty Bird, and they had
For Atlanta.
For Atlanta, sorry.
Yeah.
Jamal Anderson was the running back.
Yeah, that's not a particularly good Atlanta team that managed to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. I mean, Minnesota versus Denver would have been a great game, but Gary Anderson also, he played for the Steelers first for many, many years, and I used to do an impression of Gary Anderson because he talked like this. Hello, I'm Gary Anderson. He was from South Africa. He was South African, and he had an accent. I thought it was an impediment, and I used to do it on the radio, and people would be in their cars just laughing, Ann. Parlay cards. All right. It's 12:35. This is when we were going to bring Jeff Parles in. So he's a New York Jet fan, and they'll be playing in Thursday Night Football tonight.
Great. What a great thing for me.
And here he is from Sports by the Book, which is on today at 3 p.m.
There you go.
Very good.
The reason I know Thursday's schedule is because I'm on the show on Thursday. I'll be on at 3:40.
Where are you going to be in the casino
Somewhere.
today?
I don't know. Ann, am I allowed to reveal it? I don't think I'm allowed to reveal it yet.
Are you going to be getting bowled down a bowling lane today?
No, we didn't get approval on that.
Oh, that's a shame.
In January, we think we got the waiver.
I like that.
We're going to be somewhere in the casino, somewhere not far. But, oh, God, here come the cops. Here comes security. Did I do something wrong? They're coming in. They're arresting Ryan for impersonating an actor with his Bane impression. Is that right? Okay. They left. So anyway,
Soundproof.
Jeff, tonight, Thursday Night Football, is it still 7? Are we 7?
7.5.
The hook's there? So it's 7.5 because I was thinking of buying the Browns down to 6.5. The
Don't
Browns
do it.
have everything to play for. They're going to crush this team, aren't they?
Not
Is this 7 low?
necessarily.
I think it's low. But again, what do I know?
You don't think it's a Flacco revenge game?
Yeah, Flacco. By the way, Jeff,
This is here's the problem with this game. Now, I'm not betting this one for certain. Total's 34. Flacco has been excellent. He is turning the ball over. So you look at the teams that they've played since Flacco's taken over.
Right.
The Rams, the Jaguars,
We can leave
the
out
Bears,
we
and
can
the
leave out that
Texans.
one.
right.
Did I name a good defense in the mix there?
But 3 of those 4 teams are in the mix for the playoffs.
But did I mention a good defense, though?
Bears defense?
I would argue that the way that the teams are, the Rams are the best defense of the bunch, and I don't really like that defense.
Right.
They have a pass rush. I don't love their secondary.
Yeah.
It was Flacco's first game, so it's a
Right.
little bit different. But They should have lost to the Bears 2 weeks ago. That was just in the midst of the Bears.
Oh, that was the dropped Hail Mary,
Well,
right?
forget that. The Bears had a 10-point lead with 10 minutes to go. They're not supposed to lose that.
Did you know
game.
today's the anniversary of the Hail Mary? Speaking of the Hail Mary?
Yeah, well, I saw. He did a very nice job on it. We also now have Hail Marys now. Thank you, Tim Boyle.
They have what?
Hail Marys. The play that the Jets did at the end of the half against the Dolphins.
Is that what they named it?
That's now the Hail Mary.
Oh, because the pick six and he ran it back.
Because we already had the Fail Mary with the Russell Wilson play with the replacement ref, so we can't duplicate that.
Oh, I lost. That was a fantasy game, Seattle Green Bay.
You lost because of that?
Oh, yes, I did. I lost a fantasy playoff game because of that, or just one that would have changed the standings.
So that was
it wasn't a playoff game, but it was
that was
mid-season.
2012.
Yeah.
So that was 11 years ago now.
Right. One of the reasons I've retired from
And
fantasy
you
football.
remember because that was the game.
Yes.
The regular refs were in.
Right.
Were locked out because of the contract. You remember the heroes welcome
because one ref gave the
heroes welcome because it was Baltimore and Cleveland on that Thursday afterwards.
Okay.
And it was Gene Steratore, who's now the
from
Pittsburgh,
Pennsylvania,
who's now, of course, the analyst, the officiating analyst.
He's in New York. Yeah,
he was given a hero's welcome back that night in Baltimore. Now thinking 11 years later, where everyone despises everything the refs are about, we would never see that. We'd be rooting for the replacement.
But
refs.
on that fail, one guy went touchdown, one guy went one guy said interception.
The guy who called it a touchdown, his name was Lance.
He works at Midas now, right? Yeah, right.
It's not a.
You remember his name? That's
well, of course. Look, when you do something so spectacularly wrong,
I remember them.
That it was ridiculous.
All right, so anyway,
by the way, Ryan.
Oh, here it is. Ryan found it. There it is. I had who was the receiver on this?
You had Golden Tate.
Yeah. Okay. No, I had Green Bay defense, and they called it a touchdown, or did they call it?
They called it a touchdown,
right? But it looked like a.
And they couldn't really overturn it on replay.
Look at this guy. I think
look at Pete Carroll. Look how happy Pete is.
As Kevin will call him, Cheat Carroll.
No, that whole thing was ridiculous because Ryan, I'm sure loved it because the Packers got just royally screwed.
Yeah.
But
I lost on the Golden Tate touchdown or Green Bay defense.
So back to tonight.
Let's talk.
This
about
is the best defense that he's seen by a wide margin. Now, I know the Jets last week totally messed around. It actually would have been better if they found a way to lose that game to Washington. Instead, Zerline makes the long kick and they survive despite being up 20 2 different times. I expect this to be a close game.
Okay.
Now, the one reason that I'm not going to take the 7 and a hook with the Jets is we have watched that offense all year long.
Right.
They're not an offense. Mostert has outscored the Jets touchdown-wise, by the way. 21 touchdowns for Mostert, 19 for the Jets this year.
Joe Flacco has as many passing touchdowns since he's been back as the Jets have all year.
Yeah, well, that sounds right.
I know he's leading them in passing.
He had as many as Bryce Young did midway through that game last week before Young threw
He's leading the Browns in passing and passing touchdowns.
I mean, Flacco, to me, there are 3 choices for comeback player of the year. You can give it to DeMar Hamlin, and no one can argue with it. You could also go with, all right, we can give it to Baker Mayfield, who has been great
that's what I
this year for Tampa. And quite frankly, I think the Bucs are going to clinch the division this weekend when they beat New Orleans because I hate the Saints, just can't stand them.
The Aints.
And then Flacco, who went from his couch to legitimately being playing at a top 10 quarterbacking level right now.
The 1 seed in the AFC.
And
what was that, Ryan?
Possibly the 1 seed in the AFC.
I think a lot would have to happen for that.
But
by the way, DeMar Hamlin has
possibility.
played 2 plays, and there's been 2 flags on those plays.
No, he's played more than 2 plays.
I swear, I thought I saw 2 plays.
It's either 4.
It was
or
last
6.
week.
4 plays. Okay, maybe that one thing I saw.
Last week he got flagged twice.
Maybe it was
that.
Right. He got 2 flags. Came back. Got back. Play. Hey, he's back. 2 flags.
Yeah, but
back to the bench.
But if I had any faith that the Jets could score 10 in this game, what a sad statement I just said. But if I had any faith they could score 10, I would take the Jets.
You see 17-10?
17-10, 16-10.
That's the under?
Yeah, I think, even though it's a low total, the under's probably still fine here.
But Cleveland's going to be, the fans are going to be going crazy, right?
Look, the Browns have everything to play for.
Yeah.
They have everything to play for. They win. They clinch a playoff spot. They keep it alive. That Miami beats Baltimore, and then Pittsburgh beats Baltimore next week. Not happening. Steelers aren't beating the Ravens.
The Ravens could be resting all their starters.
No,
though.
but the Ravens might still need the game, though.
So who would I need to? I want to root for Cleveland tonight. to make.
You want Cleveland. You want Cleveland to win,
right?
And then you want Baltimore to lose on Sunday to Miami.
That's which I think could happen.
Well, actually, no. What am I talking about? You want Baltimore to beat Miami, so then the division is already clinched,
right? And then they rest,
saying.
yeah, exactly.
And then everyone's resting because they will have everything locked up.
We
got to
win
on Sunday.
Right? We have to.
So
beat Seattle.
you need 2 upset wins. But granted, remember last time Baltimore had the 1 seed locked up, Steelers, and your boy Duck Hodges couldn't get it done against the Ravens back in 2019. Your boy Duck Hodges.
I love Duck. He's dating some country star. What's that, Sean?
Love Duck.
He loved Duck. Everyone was calling for Duck this year. It was like, no, we don't want him back.
So, but I would lean to the under. I lean to taking 7 to 7. By the way, the 6. It's now 7 behind us. It just moved. Yep. So obviously, people are listening to me and saying, "Oh, that guy has somewhat of a clue." Which I don't know if I would go with that. But 7 now with 34. I don't know. And also too, I've seen the Jets win so many games throughout my Jet fan
Your
watching
life
that they don't need to win and they screw up the draft pick. Now I think next week is the ultimate one of that.
That's
because
the Patriots?
They play New England, who it's a massively important game for the future of the AFC.
Right, it really is.
Because the Jets need to lose that game to New England to make sure the Patriots can't forget Caleb Williams or Drake May.
Yeah.
That they might not even be able to get Jaden Daniels at that point.
Right.
Which then damages them long term.
That's a really good point. Yeah, wow.
It is the most important game for the Jets to lose in a very long time.
And you predicted the over-under in that game weeks ago would be...
Well, if this is 34,
right.
But granted, Zappies look competent now for 3 straight weeks.
Okay.
So it probably comes in the same as this?
34.
You think Bailey Zappi is the same as Joe Flacco?
Yeah, I think he comes in the same. Remember,
yeah, exactly.
Part of the reason this is so low is that Cleveland's defense at home is awesome.
True.
Right.
So, like, Cleveland winning this game 17-0 and beating the bejesus out of the Jets is also in play.
Yeah.
Where this is like a 17-0, 24-0.
27-3.
Yeah, like Cleveland, like it feels like the Jets could play Cleveland for 16 quarters and not score. Like one of those games.
It's going to be, I want to note that over because you've been saying this for weeks. You're like, oh, I can't wait.
I'm betting that game over week 18. I'm just telling you.
You're going to bet it over.
I am going to. As long, look, if it's like 30, which was the Pittsburgh Patriot one.
Right. Which
that
went
game
over
went
in the
over
first
in the
half.
first half.
Yeah, right.
It's just one of those where if everyone is on it, everyone feels like, oh, how could they possibly get to X and the totals be so ridiculously low? Unless if the weather's bad. It's like, all right, someone's throwing a pick 6 here and screwing this up.
Wow. That's going to be, and of course, Ryan is hoping Carolina keeps losing so the Bears can have the number 1 pick. Probably not going to take a quarterback, right? I mean, look what that, what was his name? Miller Moss last night for USC?
Awesome.
But looked like poised, the touch on the passes. He was looking, guys. I was like, I had never even heard of this kid. And Caleb Williams, people thinking about their team drafting Caleb might be like, well, wait a second.
All I'm going to say is what that is. Louisville did not have a ton of opt-outs last night, and they got toasted by the second
and that's why I had Louisville.
And then Florida State, of course, got left out because they barely could move the ball against Louisville.
Yeah.
I think the committee got that one right.
Yeah, no, that's I almost swore.
Oh,
I almost swore. I didn't say she. By the way, did you see Ryan's Connor Bedard jersey that he got for Christmas?
That's a good gift. Bedard, by the way, of course, that game 2 nights ago, I actually bet the Blackhawks when the game was tied at 1. So Bedard made me some money. So
is that when he lifted the puck up and threw it in?
No, that was the one where
he won 2 games ago.
The winner against Winnipeg.
Last night. Last night. Yeah, he scored both goals for the Hawks last night.
They all merged together at this point.
No, wait, what is his over-under for goals? Was it 50 or something, or points?
Well, it was points, and it was 73.5.
And he has what by now?
I think he's in the 30s.
I was going to say he's already in the 30s, so that's looking
going to be
close.
It's going to be close. He'll get there, though. I think.
Yeah, he'll get it.
I think he's on pace for 77.
Yeah, I think he'll get there.
That's going to be a sweat, but that's going to be good. So there's bowl games today, Jeff.
Yes.
We've already got a final. Like we mentioned it earlier.
Goals,
Boston College winning outright over SMU and their $100 million of donations they raised in 2 weeks that we talked about on the show once a couple weeks ago. That when they needed money from their boosters and got $100 million in like 2 weeks. Didn't matter today in Fenway. Boston College, kind of a home game, like you said. The intriguing game to me is the Arizona-Oklahoma game tonight. That looks like a fun game in the Alamo Bowl. And Oklahoma, Gabriel, he's in the portal, right? He transferred to, where'd he go? Oregon, that's right. He's a Duck now. Oh, he's going to be for the Ducks. Jerry, your Ducks and Puddles. What do you think of Arizona, Oklahoma tonight?
Like Arizona.
You do?
I do. They're pretty
Covered
well.
They second half.
They're pretty well unscathed in the portal. Their left tackle's out. He
Okay.
opted out going to the NFL. Obviously, all these teams are damaged in some way.
Again,
or another.
didn't happen when I was a kid. I hate this.
Noah Fafita is going to play, which is
Okay.
important.
Yeah.
Of course, quarterback
Really
for Arizona. Jackson Arnold starts for Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold, we saw limited action this year. The closest game he played in was that BYU game where BYU was like 25.5-point underdogs, and BYU probably should have won that game if it wasn't for Retzlaff just totally imploding in that game on the BYU side. And Arnold looked terrible, and BYU's defense isn't any good. Now it's a month of practice, so
Yeah.
a little more confident. But I like Arizona, and, the fact that this game hasn't been steamed one way or another actually kind of makes me think that your initial thoughts on this game may be right. I've been trying to go against the steam.
Explain steam for those who don't know.
So let's take this morning with Boston College and SMU, where last night that game was 10 and a half. And then this morning, steam on SMU took it all the way to 13 and a half. It's just one-way traffic on the side
Okay.
more than anything. We saw with UNLV, which I will say that I still am perplexed on what went on with that UNLV Kansas line.
How it dropped so quickly.
Because Jason Bean to Cole Ballard.
Yeah.
By the way, Kansas covered all numbers except for the 13 and a halves that
Was
were
it
out there.
49-36?
Yeah,
It ended
the
at
13 and a halves were not out there long either.
Right.
So UNLV covered very limited numbers out there. But Jason Bean to Cole Ballard's not 5.5 points. Like, there's no way that's 5.5 points. And that's basically what it did, because it went from 13 to 7.5 where it closed at some shop.
Yeah.
And that one made no sense. The one this morning made a little bit of sense with the way SMU was steamed. Boston College, not any good. SMU, even though in their third quarterback, other than the quarterback position, they were pretty well unscathed in the portal.
Right.
And then Boston College just beats them in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
So I get that. But I like Arizona tonight. And then we got to get to the main event, though, Frank.
Wait, are you talking Pop-Tart Bowl?
Of course.
Of course we are. We're talking
The edible mascot. Oh, he brought the strawberry.
I have strawberry and blueberry, but they were both frosted.
You gotta give me a blueberry. Right
You
now.
got you
Here we
want
go.
it? You
Let's
want
go.
one?
Let's go.
All right, here we
You're
go.
eating on the air. I gotta.
I'm
eat on
eating
the air,
tomorrow.
too.
I gotta wait till tomorrow.
Why do you have to eat?
I
Why do you
gotta
have to wait
tease
till
it
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Because he
That's
hasn't
a lot.
eaten one in like 13,000 days.
13. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in 13,353
First
days.
off, are you for Pop-Tarts? Because people yesterday, because when this was going on, that the again, people reminded that the mascot is edible today. It's the
gonna be-
mascot.
it's
The
gonna be
mascot's
amazing.
edible.
No crust.
Not
So-
cannibals. It's
It's
edible.
it's just the
Yeah.
actual edible thing.
The Cannibal Bowl.
But people were like, people actually eat these untoasted.
Right.
I always ate these untoasted.
I went through a phase where I would, but I liked it in the toaster at about a 3. So
At a
it's a little-
3?
It's a little golden brown. A 2?
I
It
think
was 2 or 3. I would just slightly gold. Okay, was it a 2?
so. I will say I'm a little disappointed he didn't get s'mores as we discussed the other day.
Sean,
Yes.
Sean goes, you didn't even get the good ones.
Yeah.
I went to Albertsons last night.
S'mores
By the
is-
way, where's petty cash? I need $7. Do we have petty cash? We don't have petty cash here. Okay. Anyway, it's my treat, guys. Christmas. Anyway, I didn't get s'mores. They didn't have that when I was a kid. There was like 4
S'mores,
flavors.
as far as s'mores, brown sugar, cinnamon. are
That
the
was
two.
my sister's.
Now
I was strawberry.
I'm not a strawberry fan on these,
But I didn't like frost. I don't like the icing on them.
yeah,
I didn't have the plain ones, and someone said maybe they don't make them.
I don't think
anymore.
they make plain strawberry anymore. I think it's frosted.
Well, this is why I've
No,
quit for
I'm
13,000.
Pretty sure they make them unfrosted still.
You got to
They
find.
just have to
They're hard
find
to
you
find.
can Google it. Google that,
Yeah.
Ryan. See, right? that's on the producer.
Use
That's
Ask
the producer's
Jeeves.
job. But this game, first off, I think this game's completely unbettable for what
Okay.
it's worth.
And by the way, let's talk about the actual game, right?
Yeah, the game's completely.
It's North
unbettable.
Carolina State and Kansas State. What do we have? We have about
It's
2.5.
3 and 48 and a half.
It's 3 and
I'm a
40
little
and a half.
surprised that total's been bopped over the last 24 hours. But I guess bowl games,
Yes, they're
people
still-
are just
they're
going to go
still
flying and just blindly bet it over like
That's
you.
what I do. If I was
Uh,
on break and I was drinking, it
So
was like root for
Avery
points.
Johnson starts for Kansas State.
the former San Antonio Spur, Avery
It's
Johnson.
a great former Brooklyn Nets head coach.
Yeah, right.
No, not quite. Freshman running quarterback. We saw him against Texas Tech. He had 6 touchdowns in that game against Texas Tech. Will Howard, after last night, may not be going to USC anymore. I mean,
Miller, give me Miller Moss, man. I'm a Bruins fan, and I was still impressed by that kid.
Yeah,
I'm like, man.
I think if you're Will Howard, you look at Ohio State and be like, hey, let's go there.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't even have to compete for the job, especially if Ohio State looks bad against my alma mater tomorrow night. But Kansas State is just decimated in the portal. I mentioned Will Howard, Reed Sennett, their tight end is gone. 4 of their 6 best defenders are out because of the portal. They're just damaged badly in the portal. NC State's best defensive player is out, declared for the NFL draft. Brennan Armstrong's been a lot better since regaining his starting job over the last few weeks. I still don't think he's any good. So I'm not betting this one. I'm just intrigued to see how this Pop-Tart edible mascot looks.
Well, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, the ball game. By the way, someone wants to know if you're ever going to wear a jersey on the show.
An NHL jersey.
An NHL?
Yeah.
An NHL. Who was an
NHL jersey for
Joey
me?
B. Joey B wants to know, Will Parles, odds on Parles' NHL team jersey to be worn on Punchline.
See, Joey B just shows up whenever I'm on. I don't think he watches when I'm not on.
It's possible. He's been there. He was there yesterday.
No, that's good for
Joey, we've won him over.
Joey B expanding the horizon.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what the odds should be on that. I mean, if I wanted to wear a jersey, I could.
Do you own one? An NHL jersey?
Yeah, I own
Apparently, a Kings jersey is minus 235.
A Kings jersey?
They've set lines. Wait a second.
Okay, hold on a second. Is Joey making the lines?
Yeah.
All right. Where's my solo camera? Joey, we have talked about this in the past. You would be so broke as a bookmaker by making horrible lines. We talked about this with hat color in the past.
All of these
now
lines
you
are
just
negative.
made the worst line in the history of hockey jerseys. Give me the lines for the other teams.
All right, he's got the Blues minus 100.
Okay.
Penguins minus 165. Gold Knights are even money. Islanders 100. Rangers $1.15.
First off, his numbers are horrible.
Right, Kings
but
are
we're gonna take all the money out on the wallet. Joey,
those are all ones.
No, I know. Yeah, they're all ones.
Where are you going after the show?
That's the point of the gag there,
I'm looking
Frank.
like he's going to get to a 20 eventually, right?
It's two bigs and
you
then
got the C notes.
I will because even though again I would be impacting the line. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joey B will owe me $6 American. $6 American because the Golden Knight bet is legitimately the only one that can be made here.
Because otherwise, you're an enemy.
Otherwise, I would be having to go spend money on a jersey, and more importantly, my personalized New Jersey Devils jersey that was given to me by Commissioner Bettman. By the way,
that's come on, really?
Yeah, that's a good story.
Gary Bettman gave you a jersey.
That's a good story for another day.
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for next time.
I don't have the Devil jersey in Nevada. It's in New Jersey.
Okay,
so
it's not allowed to be brought out of the state.
No, I just didn't bring it with me.
Right.
So even money on the Golden Knights, easiest money you'll ever make. So Joe, you owe me $6.
Frank Murgy had the Charleston Chiefs. I think he thinks maybe a little comedic edge right there. That's from the movie Slapshot. Yeah, you've seen Slapshot, right? We've talked. That's one of the best sports movies ever.
Slapshot's just a ridiculous
and
movie.
A hard R, by the way. Don't let the kids watch that one. And then, that's okay. So Pop-Tart Bowl, let's talk about this. So I tweeted this last night.
The Prop-Tarts?
The Prop-Tarts. This is genius marketing. You can go to prop-tarts.com, and there's 5 prop bets you can place on the game tonight.
Right.
You just have to give them your email and the last 4 digits of your social security number and your mom's maiden name. I'm like, sure. And my first pet, Boots. All right, I'll give it all to you. Pop-Tarts, take it away.
No.
So you
First
can do
name,
5.
Last name,
no,
email.
Just an email address. What's that?
First name, last name, email.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm filling it in live.
Jeff is filling in. So, Ryan, you can bring it up live, right? We can see yours. Did you already do yours or no?
No, I was going to do mine.
You're going to do yours live. All right, and I'm going to tell you what I have. So, here we go. So, by the way, at the end of the game, we'll know the results. And
this first one is great.
It's amazing. And you can win free pastries. By the way, show's not sponsored by Pop-Tarts, but we're going to talk about this ball game. All right, go to the Prop-Tarts, Ryan. Bring them up.
So, first up, in unwrapping like none other.
Right.
The Pop-Tarts mascot I wasn't talking into the mic there. Sorry, everyone.
Go for it.
The Pop-Tarts mascot will make its grand entrance by breaking out of a huge Pop-Tarts box, popping out of a giant toaster, skydiving with a foil parachute. That's good.
That's a good
Running out of the tunnel with the players.
Now, I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's 2. I don't think it's because the trophy has Pop-Tarts coming out of it. So I got rid of number 2.
Okay.
Just going to help you out.
I'm just going to do this real quick.
Yeah.
By process of elimination.
Go for it.
there are dangers of popping out of a giant toaster. So
That's
I don't
true.
think that's
Good
going to be
point.
it. Running out of the tunnel with the players
Boring.
is lame.
It's
Boring.
too easy. Yeah.
Lame.
Exactly.
Completely
It's one
and
or three.
utterly lame. So that leaves us the whole left side.
Right.
I'm breaking out of a huge Pop-Tarts box because that is unique to what this bull can be.
All right, Ryan.
Skydiving
I
in on a
agree.
foil parachute that could be any mascot at any.
Plus
The
with
Puddles has
weather.
done that 100 times.
There you go. Ryan, what are you locking in with? Go ahead.
I was going to go with the Pop-Tarts box.
All
Okay,
right, so
I'm going to
I
go
don't
and
think
say
the foil
I
parachute's
as well.
very,
Last night, I had a
very
huge
safe.
box as well. So we're all like-minded on the first one. Ryan, read the second one.
Which irresistibly crazy good Pop-Tarts flavor will be mentioned first during the broadcast?
Okay.
Strawberry, brown cinnamon sugar, hot fudge sundae, s'mores, or a different crazy good
And
flavor?
by the way, they went 5 on this. They're throwing us a curveball already. I have already expressed my love for strawberry. It's the only Pop-Tart I ever went. So I went strawberry.
So Anish Shroff and Andre Ware are the broadcasters for this
Oh,
game.
there you go.
So-
Andre Ware, former college.
So
Did
you
he
have
win
that.
Did he win the Heisman, Andre Ware?
I'm pretty sure he
was-
did.
I think he did.
Pretty sure he did. Yeah. I'm going with.
Houston.
It's either strawberry or s'mores.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly certain the mascot is strawberry. That's been the reports on social media.
Now, see, this is top secret. So this is affecting lines. I mean,
So
ladies and gentlemen, they've been trying to keep it under wraps.
I'm going to go with strawberry.
Okay.
Solely because the mascot is expected to be strawberry.
All right. Well, I haven't done research quite like Jeff. but
that
of
wasn't
course,
that
Jeff,
wasn't research. That
you
just popped up on my feed. I had no choice on that one.
I went strawberry. Ryan, what are you doing?
I'm going to go brown cinnamon sugar.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going different.
I don't
Good.
think s'mores is a good option.
All
All
right.
right.
So there's 2 more.
So
3
three
of them.
more. All right. Hungry.
read that one,
I
Jeff.
got you here. Hungry for the W and the pastries. How many players will celebrate a touchdown by pretending to take a bite out of the Pop-Tarts bowl
I
mascot?
feel like this is a gimme. I really do.
0, 1, or more than 1.
I think it's more than 1. I think this is going to be. People are going to be attacking that thing as much as they can
Oh, I think it's going to be 0.
because you think they've told them not to mess
Yes,
with it.
Yes,
'Cause
I
they're
think they're
saving
not. You also have to have the mascot on the same side as the end
Right.
zone they're going in.
Oh, he's going to be roaming wherever the ball's moving. Or
I'm
maybe,
going with 0.
All right.
I'm going team no
Ryan,
fun
I
here.
went more than 1.
Does that mean I have to go with one?
No, you can go with whatever you want because we've already differed on our cards. Our Prop-Tart parlay card, which, by the way, if you're going to do a parlay card, come down and do the South Point one.
Yeah, do this one too.
Where you can win $25,000 for $5.
Pop-Tarts.
Come down. We want to make sure. And there's no points on this one. So
I'll
it's just
go.
as fun.
All right,
if not more,
what are you going with,
'cause there's
Ryan?
cash.
I'll go more than one.
All
Okay.
right.
What did
I'll
you
go
do,
more than
Jeff?
one.
I did 0.
they-
He did
think they
0.
have fun with
Ooh.
it.
Okay, me and Ryan are alike.
Oh.
All right, the next one. Oh, this one's classic. Go ahead. I can't read the print too small.
Forget
Go.
about sports drinks. What will get poured on the winning coach's head? Pop-Tarts filling, Pop-Tarts sprinkles, Pop-Tarts bites, or pieces of broken Pop-Tarts pastry?
All right, Jeff.
Man, I hope it's the filling.
I went
We've
filling.
seen poor Lincoln Riley
Exactly.
get poured,
Mayo.
got eggnog
We
on
did
him
eggnog
last
and mayo.
night.
We showed
Neil
it.
Brown and
Sticky
mayo
stuff.
on him last
a
night.
lot of Duke's
yesterday.
mayo. Yeah.
Like, first off, I can't think of a worse thing to have
Then the
poured on
mayo.
your head than the
Yeah,
mayo.
we already said the nog
I
is
actually
thin.
think
You could drink a little.
The eggnog, at least, like if it ends up in your mouth, it's like all
It's
right,
eggnog.
it's tasty. That
Maybe
sounds
it's
good.
spiked. We
mayo
don't know.
on the egg, you never know. Maybe it's Evan Williams. Shout out Evan Williams eggnog. But
Oh, yeah, that's the strong stuff.
Yeah, regardless,
That's the bourbon. I went with I went filling. It's got
You
to
went filling.
because bites will be stupid. It'll be little pieces.
What are you going?
I can
with?
see bites as the second one.
What's Ryan going?
I'm going with the bites.
I'm going with the broken Pop-Tart pastries. We're going 3 different.
You're going
here.
with broken but then
Yeah.
it'll look like someone didn't do their job.
But here's the thing, though.
I'm going.
You get a
filling.
little bit of everything with that. You can get the filling
Oh.
out there. You get the actual Pop-Tart. I'm going with that. It's just broken all up, and whatever
All
you
right.
get, you get.
All right, on the last Prop-Tart bet.
To
What
the
is this?
victors go the pastry. Who will be the first? Who will take the first bite of the giant Pop-Tarts pastry at the end of the game? The head coach, the MVP, another player, or someone else?
Ryan, what do you have on this one?
Unless they ask the head coach to do it, I don't think the head coach is the first one to do it. I think all the players are going to be too hyped, and it's going to be someone else
I
or another
am
player.
now rooting for. So, I wish I had done this earlier. Kansas State's mascot
Uh-oh.
A
Kansas
mascot
State's
doing it
mascot.
first. That's not bad.
is what's his name? Is he Wild D Cat? I don't know. I think I may be messing up my Wildcat
Wild D
mascot.
Coyote.
Hold on.
Jerry's putting his jacket on, ladies and gentlemen. I
It's
feel like
Willie
Jerry's
the
reading-
Wildcat. Willie the Wildcat. Sorry, Wild D Cat is
Jerry's
another,
like,
is
that's
another
enough
one.
of this.
Willie the Wildcat it's a human with a Wildcat head on.
Yeah,
they don't even put like a full costume.
They didn't have the budget.
It's legitimately just a football jersey, football pants.
Can we pull that up? Can we pull up this
with the Wildcat hat on? So I am actually rooting for Kansas State to win this game. So Willie the Wildcat takes off the hat and the human himself takes a bite out of it. I'm with Ryan. I'm going with someone else here.
Is that what you said, someone else? I went MVP. I feel like they're holding it for the star player. So I went MVP. So
I have no problem with that. We're locked in.
Everyone's locked in. Now, what they do is they send you an email that you got to confirm that it is you in case someone hacked in. I don't know.
Who hacked into this?
Yeah. So there you go.
I didn't even get an email.
You'll get an email. Yeah, exactly. So again, Pop-Tart Bowl, kudos to you for the marketing and the brilliant Prop-Tart bets that we've all done. Sean, are you doing this as well? I feel like you'll do this. Okay, he'll do it. Jerry, maybe. Ann, are you in?
Gotten to spam.
Ann, are you in? All right. And what are I think you can win free pastries. I have a feeling that
Pop-Tarts for a year.
Pop-Tarts for a year. But I also think they're going to give you coupons. I think it's a win-win situation. Did you take a bite of the blueberry? Are you going to take a bite of the uncooked? Now, by the way, Ann, when I was a kid, it wasn't this cheap. It was actually actually folded closed.
It's a little more frosting than I would like.
It was a thicker.
All right.
I think the frosting is the best part.
To Victor goes the pastries.
I pick off the crust.
There you go. Uncooked. We might have to bring a toaster. I might bring a toaster with me.
You ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, put butter on a Pop-Tart. It's so good. It's a little Family Guy right there.
I'm so hungry right now that this does not taste great, but it tastes great.
There's more blueberries for you. Strawberry staying sealed till tomorrow.
This is a great appetizer for our lunch that we're all going to have downstairs.
What do you mean? You guys how do you get lunch? What? Okay. I'm coming. Listen, it was a fun show. We really appreciate it. Tomorrow we're gearing up for a huge weekend in the NFL. So we will have Kevin Belenkoff on giving us some. Kevin was on fire last time. He had Boston College. He has Oklahoma tonight as his top play of the day. You went Arizona. Mm-hmm. He likes Oklahoma.
He's sharper than I am. So.
Kevin, man, his numbers are impressive. Unless he starts talking about 9 of 20 and him and Ryan getting into it last week. Kevin, if you're watching, Ryan was like, "What was 9 of 20?" Anyway, Kevin has been great on this show. What's that?
Said 45%, not 50. And then he also ignored my other numbers. So,
all right, they're gonna break bread tomorrow. But anyway, he likes Oklahoma tonight. He had Boston College this morning. I bet Boston College. Boom.
But tomorrow's your last show of the year.
Oh my God, it is. Do we do moments? Should we save the moments for tomorrow or do?
Up to you.
Well, we're already at 103. What do you think? We'll save them. Thumbs down.
It's like, yeah, let's.
We'll say because we had so much fun with Jeff being here early and all the live comments. By the way, live comments today might have been the most we've had ever or in a long time. So Joey B, Minadar, Lucky Man, Frank Murgy, thank you. Reno Paul, sorry. Let's see. Denny Nagel, nope, didn't call. No
Not
call.
good.
National Call a Friend Day.
He's busy.
I know Frank Murgy. What's that?
Talking to his other friends.
He's talking to people. Yeah, he's probably talking fantasy league stuff with his buddies who make a lot of money, stuff like that. All right, hold on. This is how. Anyway, tomorrow is our last show. Who else is Chris? Oh, Alex will be here. Oh.
Hello, National Call of Frank Day.
There it is! National Call of Frank Day. We'll do it live with Frank. Frank, see, I knew you'd come through. Denny, what are these professional athletes? You're the man.
You know I'm always here for you, my friend. And by the way, Ryan, be nice to Ryan because he's keeping receipts. Because everybody keeps receipts these days, right? He's keeping receipts.
That's what us kids do now.
I love Jeff Parles. He's my spirit animal.
He is, right? He's one of one.
He's one of one. And I love Jeff because when he wakes up, he chooses violence.
He chooses violence. But you got to give him his flowers. He's always prepared. We love all the hacky things that every sports reporter says. Keeping receipts is the latest one. And by the way, Parles is halfway through the Pop-Tart.
Joey B had a great comment about that. He's never seen Parles so animated.
He's never seen Parles so animated. That's what Joey B said. I bring that out in people.
Eating the Pop-Tart?
Just I think
going
addressing
through the Pop-Tart segment.
The Pop-Tart segment.
How could I not be?
How could he not be?
It's the most absurd segment we've ever done.
It's hysterical. It's fun. All right, we'll have results tomorrow. We thank you all for watching the show. Please share this link. This is a fun show. Put this on social media. 2 hours from now, less than 2 hours, Jeff will be back with Sports by the Book. Tomorrow, Alex White live, Kevin Belenkoff on the video. We're going to lunch. Frank Murgy, any final words?
Yes, I do have the Jets plus 300.
Oh,
Money line.
money line.
Yes, I do. No, I know no one else has that. If I win, bring me on for 3 minutes tomorrow.
What about
Deal.
what about the
Yes,
Pistons
if the
money
Jets
line?
win.
If the Jets win, you're a guest. What's that, Ryan?
What about the Pistons money line?
What about the Pistons money line tonight?
Everyone in the world is on that.
Oh yeah, I got to go throw some money on that. Okay, but you're on the show tomorrow if the Jets win.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks, G. Thanks. What did he say? Thanks, buddy. That's good. Why is that so funny? Why? What happened?
Frank's
Show the
not
best
clued
of
in.
moments. No. Anyway, well, see, friend, he came through. Thanks, buddy. And he just hung up. Excellent show. Thank you, Jeff, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Continue to watch. Tomorrow's our last show of the year, show 57. We'll close out with Heinz 57. You know where Heinz 57 is made? Pittsburgh. Yeah. It's in Chicago now, I think, actually. But anyway, Pop-Tart Bowl tonight. Watch. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching Punchlines Lines live in Nevada. Every show.